end of the day, it's money, it's numbers. We're trying to change the perception. We're trying to be on, television, getting hired in front of, behind the camera.
When you look at the similarities with the trans community, who has been made invisible, who has been victimized, so on and so forth, we need to continue to look at where we need to be allies to similar marginalized, made invisible communities and really recognize that because that increases our number. We can play the most proactive role because, of course, our job is to make sure people are represented and those stories are seen, but that's also an essentially passive exercise. We can go further into action to truly be an aggressive part of creating change.
And now we're starting to see where a lot of folks who have been marginalized historically are gaining so much social capital and cultural capital that it's like folks don't know what to do. And that's what we're experiencing now, right? This idea of like, oh, but there's more than 1%. And it's like, no, we are more than 1%. We've been always here. Now we're just asking you to move out the way.
Yep.
And so I think that that's the part of the work of the pipeline, right? So this idea of getting folks who have had power to change the heart and minds to say, okay, we'll do it. And then having folks in the in-between to say, this is how you're going to do it. Don't question it, but I will meet whatever metric you need. You don't need to know the work that goes behind it. And it goes back to this root of like, but we've always been here.
I'm not just talking about putting LGBTQ people in a writer's room so that we have authentic representation. Great. I'm not just talking about making sure there is a trans actress playing a trans character on a television show. I'm talking about assuring when that trans actress is on set, it is not a completely misogynistic set, completely queer-phobic set, because everybody below the line is still operating in a certain way. How do we infiltrate that in terms of Pipeline 2?
We have all the top Native films that have been released this year at the festival. We've selected 54 films, and out of the 54, 21 are directed by women. I don't know of another festival that's doing that.
We do have to make sure people see the light of day and get connected. The big problem with networks too is the affiliates. The fact is you could have the most brilliant show and they could take those risks, but then when they look at Sinclair that owns however many stations in red states, this won't play at Sinclair, so we gotta pull that script back a little bit. That's what I cannot wait to change. That's where the streamers are helping, but they're not the answer.
Nobody is talking about the stories of coalition building, the stories of love and camaraderie, but they always know how to put us apart. So it's like, y'all, we need to, in addition to pipelining, in addition to the numbers, dig for the story.